And we're back with Harrowings in the Passing Show. A little bit of who, what, when, and where here in Washington, D.C. Going to cut across Florida Avenue here at the corner of S Northwest and intersection of 21st. I hear a jet going up out of National. Can't see it because of the cloud cover. Got a good bit of rain coming down. Another day in the bonus round, though. As I mentioned earlier this morning in my missive article from Harrowings that I try to do every morning before I leave the house. I was thinking about being awake and aware, which is a large part of why I do the passing show. Just giving a little bit of raw journalism and soaking up some of the thoughts I'm having as I'm going from dawn to dusk. Back again. I need the lighting effects to be a little interesting this morning with the wet sidewalks reflecting the street lamps, including one that's blinking on and off there. A reminder. Hot Lash and Brow Bar. Okay, love Tatiana Pizza. I never noticed that before. But there it is. Newsroom. Lots and lots of different things happening all the time here in Washington, D.C. Some folks tagging windows. Looks like they've cleared out the little convenience store there pretty much. Close that up. Didn't work. Mom Becca's Cafe is going on here, where Bethesda Bagels used to be. It apparently failed, and Mom Becca's Cafe has come in. I've heard they have really good sandwiches, someone said. I didn't know that. Smart Surfaces Coalition is here. Thai chef. My legs are a bit heavy today for some reason. Probably weather related. I'm trying to get down to the daily provisions. Got about 3 minutes until I can log in, start the opening process. Lots of tables and chairs to set up out on the patio, chairs to take down off of the tables and bars. Got to make sure that hopefully the evening shift did a good job. I noticed they are staffing it better in the evenings. Not sure if that's really all that helpful. Good for taking the place down, though. It was really heavy work beyond my capacities. And trying to avoid doing it. Mentioned it to our manager, and he has not seen fit to put me on a closing shift in recent days, which I'm happy about. Get the morning shift, get the middays sometime. Tomorrow, I'll go midday shift. And two opening shifts this week, both Monday, which went pretty well, and today, which I hope will go as well. Cutting across Connecticut Avenue. This is just primary documentation for research historians of the future at best, and raw journalism at its worst, but with no production values to speak of. But it does grab a little bit of who, what, when, and where, and I gab a bit in the process. Pure Green's going to be moving from where they are now down to where Zelino was. They were a brief cafe, and Pure Green does juices and things like that, which will be helpful to have that available nearby for those people looking for those kind of things. I have directed folks who wanted smoothies there, because we don't do that. Emissary does. Emissary Pergamino was my old stomping grounds for office hours. About this time last year, I was holding forth regularly from there, probably ill advisedly, and doing my work. And we can look back at some of those, including one I wrote last July that I just took out from under the paywall and embedded in the morning missive about great work. The work. This is the work of the Harold B. Gill Foundation, LLC, of which Harrowings is the publishing arm. We're continuing to try to keep the dead alive, documenting the living of the moment, here and now. Be where your feet are. Remember, every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating. Be a good ancestor and keep on keeping on. Hey, Richard Hogan, good early morning. Have a very safe day. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good to see all of you all who have logged in. Bruno Benetti joined. Hey, good to see you, Bruno, out here.